Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Tequila Talk, where we sip a little and talk a lot. In this episode, we're going to talk to a person who has immigrated to America when he was 10 years old with his family and made his way up to the top. At 27 years old, he built a business all by himself and striving every day to become a better version of himself. Let's meet my guy, Excellence Shaka.
Good. What's going on, baby?
How you doing? How you doing?
Good.
Looking good. Looking good. So yeah, hey, thank you for taking your time coming to the show. And you ready to drink some tequila
Let's get it.
and play some ball?
Let's get it.
Let's go, baby. Welcome to Tequila Talkzzz, man, and I appreciate you taking your time.
Appreciate you for having me, man.
Yeah, coming on the
Yeah.
show. Yeah, today we're gonna talk about your life, the transition that you went to, the cultural differences.
A little bit about my background. My dad actually came down here in 2000, and the process to bring a whole family over here is kind of hard and long. So it took him another 10 years.
Your family moved from Nigeria.
hmm
So what made your dad? I know your dad. You said your dad moved first, and then he has to wait here 10 years
Yeah.
and make you all guys move out here. And that's heck of a struggle for him to bring all his family here
hmm
and give them that good life. So, what was the main reason for him to move,
Yeah.
leaving all his family back at home?
Right. So I mean, man, shout out my dad, bro, because he gave up a lot to move us out here. We had nicer home out there, cars, gated community, and he gave it all to come out here to really restart. Shout out to him, but it's just a matter of what you want out of life, man. You can have money, but money doesn't guarantee you anything, and it just he wanted a lot out of the world for his children.
As a kid, I was getting adjusted to the schools over here.
As far as like the learning goes, which is what matters, it wasn't too much of a hassle because I already spoke English. I had an accent. The dialect might be a little different,
hmm
but as far as what needs to be done, I think we got that done. But then, as a kid, being accustomed to a whole new environment, that could be it could be an issue on its own. Most kids, majority of them, don't really get to experience like a welcoming feeling at first, because the U.S. can be a bit brutal. Once you can get over that and understand that there is no one gets all. It's tough for everybody, and this is the most capitalistic country in the world where if you want it, you have to go get it. In a happy world, you think the world's the world gives you what you think of it. So if you move around thinking it's hard and it's gonna give you hassle, that's what you're gonna get. But if you move around thinking it's hard, but you're gonna make the best of it, and there's always more coming, then you will have a better life ahead of you.
You are born in Nigeria,
Yeah.
and the family structures and
Mhm.
everything are quite different compared to what the family
Yeah.
structures are in the States.
Yeah.
So when you moved as a kid with your family, with your
Mhm.
sisters, and how was it for you and your family?
Yeah, it was hard, man. It was hard at first. I mean, now the way I see it is, I've been here for such a long time that if you don't move according to what your mindset is and your goals, you're gonna get left behind. It's as simple as that. It doesn't matter where you move to. You can move, to Canada, Mexico, and it'll be the same thing. So yeah, it's hard, but life is what you make of it.
How was your college life here? I know a lot of people have this thing that, hey, college life in the States,
Yeah.
it's rocking awesome parties,
Yeah.
girls,
I
all
have my
the
fair
place.
share. I wouldn't say I'm the most, on the books guy, but I also don't think that's your number one objective with college, unless you're trying to be a doctor or lawyer, things like that of that sort. I think the number one, what you get out of college is your connection.
What was the reason, or what was the way that path or paved you to go towards that goal or of
Yeah.
starting a business?
Whenever people move to the U.S., the first thing is they think this is where you make it. This is where your life can change. So it's kind of that thought that gets you going. But as far as the idea for the business goes, this is a way for people to really express themselves. You know, so a lot of people have ideas or have thoughts, and they don't really know how to put it out there. Well, pictures and videos say a lot more than words sometimes. This is a way for you to express yourself without you yourself being so expressive. People can understand your message. They can, get a visual of what you're trying to put out there, and you can be detached from it. It doesn't have to be you pushing the message. You can be detached from this. That's what we do for individuals. Our full service customers get to enjoy that as a perk now.
Okay.
So yeah, we get to take care of your website maintenance, development, your social media side of things, and now you get the out of home side of marketing as a perk. Most marketing businesses, companies don't do that.
When you started like the diamond board, billboard on wheels.
Yeah.
So that's
It's
kind of
to the people at home, is basically a moving commercial. It's a commercial that you can take anywhere, anytime, and you can be as targeted as you want to be. So we're out here at a park right now. Instead of having a billboard on the side of the highway, we can bring it over here and really put it on display. We've worked with festivals, DJs, just different sectors that we can really help out. We've done it.
the steps
Mhm.
in approaching any business owner who doesn't want to spend too much money, but at the end of the day, you want to get the things done.
Yeah. So if you are a business owner that's looking to acquire customers, I mean, there's different ways you can go about it. One, you can position yourself to where they see your product. Another way is you can put yourself in front of them to where if you can put a smile on somebody's face, all of a sudden you're one step in, and closing that deal is going to be a lot easier. So as far as me, what I do is I put the people's ad up on the truck, on the displays, and I take it to them. Hey, what do you think is the easiest way you can get someone to come out and come talk to you, for get them to open up? You give them some first. So what I do is I show up with their ad already up on there, and they come outside laughing, loving it. Their employees love it. Whenever we come by and we have their boss's face up on the display, and it's something goofy like they're eating a candy or something, they love it. Or we do employee of the month, where we just randomly pick someone random out of everyone that's working at your company, and we'll put their face up on there. Everyone around town's already seen it. So by the time we get to you, people already reaching out saying, "Hey, we saw this, blah blah blah," and then by the time we get there, they're so ready to see it in person that it makes the sale even easier. If the people have a problem that you're trying to solve, it's a matter of positioning instead of trying to go out there and sell them. That's the easiest way to get customers.
And when it comes to competition, a lot of people think that, hey, we got to compete with each other, or we got to compete with that business,
Yeah.
or this business. So how do you take competition as?
Everyone has their own journey. Everyone has their own race that they're racing. If you move around watching how other people are moving, you're gonna lose track of yourself.
I think people got more sensitive,
Yeah.
like than how it used to be back in the day.
So it's a little bit more reverse, as in it used to be real woke, and now we're waking up. 2026, I think it was. You can't make jokes about certain things. You can't discuss certain things. But now I think the world is coming to where we're recognizing that you can make jokes without being hurtful. If we can all accept that we all have flaws, race, gender, whatever it is, neighborhood status, we all have flaws. If we can embrace that, and we can laugh at ourselves, then I don't think there's an issue with bringing up most stereotypes are true.
Exactly.
The one thing that I think is the same, and I think should bring everyone together, dude. Life is hard for everybody. You know, some people, yeah, they feel bad for themselves, and you don't really think about everyone else sometimes. But in all actuality, that person might be going through worse than you. That's the one thing that it's the world. It's hard for everybody. Um, the food's great. Food's great. Everyone likes to hang out.
Uh-huh.
We need to come together whenever times are hard. Yeah. So right now there's a lot going on in this world. Um, at the higher level, but at the lower level, I think if we can just spread some love and look out for our neighbors, things like that. It's going to be a better place in this world.
Being an African American, it's pretty tough for black families. Like it was,
Yeah.
but now you're like going in every direction.
Yeah.
If you take sports, you're dominating sports. Businesses, you're dominating business everywhere. So from that shift,
I believe the hardest workers should be the ones who get the higher level positions. I mean, not necessarily the hardest worker, but whoever produces the most. So I know a lot of people want it to be as diverse as it could be, but that's not the case. We've had situations where, like sports, you just brought up sports. Black folks dominate sport. What if we start saying, no, it needs to be 10% black, 10% Asian, 10%. It won't be as fun. We want the high flying,
we want the top,
behind the back, between the legs. We want that. And who's gonna give that to you? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. It's
whenever it comes to CEO work, man, a lot of the CEOs are white folks, and that's okay.
Yeah,
depends.
That's their area of dominance.
Yeah, depends who the person is as a human being. How are you treating your employees? How are you moving? How are you? There's times where people don't deserve to be there, but the world isn't fair. We need to embrace our differences and move on from that.
I think we have talked a bit. I think you might be thirsty. Why not take a shot?
I mean, I've been waiting on this one.
That's the favorite part of the show, bro.
That's why I came out here, man.
Yeah. When you say United States, you see the hustle, the struggle, the pain, the process, but there's fun, party, wild culture.
Yeah.
So just take us through a ride of.
You need a little bit of fun every once in a while, and man, I like to go out with my friends. We live in Dallas, so we go out downtown a good amount. For me, it's part working, try to meet people, network. I work with business owners, so I'll go out check out their restaurants. I'll take some friends with me. Check out their. I work with a chiropractor.
Okay.
And, I'll go check out his spa, and they always hook it up. So it's like little things like that. If just showing up can put a smile on somebody's face, I think every once in a while you should take a day off from yourself just to go out and show the world some love.
And when it comes down to searching for a partner who aligns your thoughts, the ideas, the mentality, the process, they all should match. So what do you see in a partner?
I look for how compatible we are. Do you laugh at my jokes that suck? little things. I like nice people, sweet people. If you're giving the world positive energy, I think I can be around you. A few years ago, I was thinking it wasn't really the right time for me, but nowadays, I'm open to it. As far as everything lines up,
exactly.
As far as we're moving forward in life, and you're willing to be a part of my mission, yeah, we can make some work.
And it has to be equal from both the sides. And what I feel is if you try to expect anything from a partner, you got to be willing to do the same thing too.
Of course.
That's how it should be. If you're not willing to do the same thing, I don't think you have a right to expect anything from anybody. Out of all this, you see how it's like the fast forward culture that we live in here. If you're ready to date someone or any girl, so would you be okay if the girl you're dating or about to date
Yeah.
have too many guy friends?
Yeah. I don't like that. She got all these guy friends for.
That's the latest question. Like, I think that's the problem for a lot of guys out there
Yeah.
who really can't say it on their face. When you're supposed to say something, you're supposed to say it.
Yeah, that's not okay.
Is that not okay? Yeah, yeah,
Nah,
that's
you
not
wasting
okay.
my time.
Yeah.
Nah.
Jokes apart, so it's about compatibility, as you said, and of course, I feel like there's the right time for everything to happen, and if you're going through something, like
Yeah.
every phase teaches you a lesson.
As far as adversity goes, you should be looking for adversity because that means you're trying something new. You're going out taking risks. I guarantee you, the strongest people, the toughest people, face the toughest times. Anybody you know that's going that moves around making it look easy, they make it look easy because they've already gone through the hard times. Steph Curry makes it look so easy, effortlessly. But dude, you know what he went through? It just they make it seem like just because you're making it look easy, it should be easy. You think this is common for people to just be able to do these things. Say one day this will happen. One day I'll be rich. One day I'll start that company. One day never comes. It's today.
Let's move to the next round. It's called rapid fire. Steph Curry or LeBron James?
Thing in mind is Steph Curry, but I think LeBron's the GOAT.
You gotta say one thing.
Well, you said first thing in mind. First thing in my mind is Steph Curry.
Okay. Dunk or step back three?
Dunk.
Movies or books?
Books?
Would you work 12 hours straight on your business, or would you prefer 9 to 5 working for someone else?
Working for yourself and making something out of yourself. But you have to know when it's time to pivot. You have to know when you're going down the wrong path. Exactly. You have to know when things aren't working out in your favor, and it's not necessarily because you're not working hard enough. How productive is your work? Do you have to work 12 hours every day, or are you trying to work 12 hours every day?
So let's move on to the next round. One shot. So what we're going to do is take a shot of tequila and one advice that you want to give out to the people out there.
Okay. I'm going to speak to the entrepreneurs out there, or guys looking to start something, or people, guys or girls that's already started something. But one of the biggest things that I've learned is you see people telling you to go out there and learn sales. Well, I'm letting you know right now that people don't want to be sold to. It's going to be a hard life if you go out trying to convince people to buy your product. What you need to learn is framing and positioning. That's all it is. Framing and positioning. Everything else is just noise. It's just noise. Just learn framing and learn positioning, and keep the mentality of going out and being outside. Because as long as you're talking to people every day, you're going to start learning new things, and you don't learn anything until you actually go out there and do it. You're going to sit there and watch these YouTube videos to learn things, but if you want to get ahead of everybody, bro, it's framing and positioning. Not everybody is Mark Zuckerberg. Not everybody is Elon. You ain't got to quit your job. You ain't got to quit college. My boy, you better get your ass to class. Yeah, man. So the way I see it, if you truly believe that you're him like that, and there were signs from whenever you were growing up, then yeah, I think you should go ahead and do what you got to do. But I think 90% of this world, even more than 90%, should go to college, graduate. Man, I graduated with my finance degree, got my job, and I thought, hey, man, maybe I can do this and start something on the side. And I did. And that's just over time, you start working on yourself.
I think, yeah, man, that's it, I guess. Keep growing.
Yeah.
In every way you go.
Yeah.
It is what it is, bro.
Of course, man. I appreciate you having me, dog.
Yeah, for sure, dog. And I got a small gift for you.
Oh, shoot.
From Taupe.
Yes, sir.
It's the hustle on point.
Because
it's all about the hustle. So that's it, guys. That's Tequila Talkzzz episode number 3. So we're going to be back on episode number 4 with a different guest, at a different time, at a different place. Until then, keep loving, keep living.
And keep tequila talking.